Good morning to all. My name is Balakoteswararao. I am your science teacher. So how are you students? Okay, so what is germination? I am saying the word germination. What is germination? So these are the parts. Remind this. What is germination? What is germination? The process when a seed grow into a new plant, like this. Here I am drawing this one. The process when a seed grow into the new plant is called germination. If you think it's a seed, when a seed grows into a new plant is called germination. What are the stages of germination of a plant? What are the stages that involves in the development of a, this is the step 1, the development of a seed into a new plant. Listen carefully. When the seed gets, in the first point, when the seed gets the proper amount of moisture or the sufficient amount of moisture, that means water, moisture, air and light. When the seed gets proper amount of light, moisture and air, the seed coat that present on the seed, the seed coat present on the seed bursts. Okay? The seed coat present on the seed bursts and it develops the new baby plant. Listen carefully. When the seed gets proper amount of light, moist and air, the seed becomes soft and spongy in nature. Soft and spongy in nature. The seed coat bursts and develops the embryo into new plant. Okay, in the second phase, in the new plant. So the new plant, the baby plant. When the baby plant develops, first it sends tender roots, and then it sends up leaves, tiny shoots. Okay, listen carefully. First, it develops the tiny plant, future plant. In the third step, the future plant develops the root system and then the shoot system. The shoot system contains the tiny leaves. So, tiny leaves are there. So, the shoot system, that means the shoot system means above the ground. Root system means below the ground. Here, it will be clear to you. So, the portion of the plant which appears above the soil. Above the soil is shoot. Okay, na? The portion of the plant above the soil is shoot and below the soil is root. The future plant first develops the root system and then into shoot system. So the tiny leaves of the tiny leaves of the plant plants develops and it produces the food material and supply the food material to the plant body. So, okay na? So, the young plant is called seedling. The new baby plant which come out from the seed is called seedling. So, it is called seedling. Okay? Seedling. When the seedling germinates itself, when it grows firmly, the leaves it produces more leaves and absorbs the water from the soil along with nutrients through the roots. Okay, and the cotyledons, the fleshy portion removes from the plant body. So this is called germination. So the stages of germination. The stages of germination. In the first stage, when the seed gets sufficient amount of light, moist, air, it starts germinates. It becomes soft and spongy in nature. Soft and spongy in nature. The seed coat bursts and then the embryo grows into new baby plant. The baby plant will have the root system and shoot system with tiny leaves. The tiny leaves, by spreading itself, it prepares the food material for the plant. At the same time, the cotyledons shrinking, it shrinks and get rid of from the plant body. Okay, the root system absorbs water and nutrients from the soil and absorb light from the environment to prepare food material. The germination of the seed into the new plant, the baby plant is called seedling. The baby plant is called seedling. Okay, do you understand? This is the stages of germination. Then what is germination? It is the process by which a seed grows into a new plant. It's called germination. Okay, very good. Now, I am going to explain that what happens if all the seeds grow near to the parent plant. What happens? If all the seeds grow near to the parent plant. For example, it is a parent plant. It has the fruit. Unfortunately, the fruit has ripened. So the fruit has ripened and fallen on the ground. It has fallen on the ground. All the seeds are dispersed here. And all seeds try to form a new baby plant. Are all the plants grow into new plants? No, only one or two plants will grow into a new plant, because if all the seeds grow at near the parent plant, they compete with the mother plant or the parent plant for the light, moisture and air. Do you understand this? Because of that, the seeds must be dispersed away from the parent plant. The seeds must be dispersed away from the parent plant. At that time only, the plants can live healthily. Do you understand this? Okay. So, how does the seeds are dispersed away from the parent plant? For example, I will say one best example. The tomato, what we used in the kitchen, every curries we are using the tomato. Okay, tomato we all are very know well about the tomato. So the tomato, where does it come from? From the plants. You all are so very well. Okay, very good. From plants, but the tomato is not grown in the ancient times. It is not our crop. It is migrated from the other countries. Do you understand this? Sugarcane also. Sugarcane, it has started growing of sugarcane in the India. It has migrated to remaining all countries nowadays. Like that, from the other countries, the tomato has migrated. Like that, the seeds are dispersed from one place to another place in many ways. Okay. For example, have you ever seen that one, the coconut or the palm trees? Coconut or palm trees are grown nearby the seashores. Where does the seeds come from to that place? In the deserts or oases like that places, the nuts or the dates are growing. The dates are growing. Where does they come from? They all are dispersed from the one parent plant. So you will learn more about this in the coming lessons. Today I will explain what is the dispersion of a seed. What is the meaning of disperse? Disperse means in the schools also we hear after the assembly dispersal. We hear that disperse. School disperse. School disperse means all the students narrate to go into their classroom, respective classrooms. Like this disperse. Here dispersal means the scattering of seeds away from the parent plant. Scattering of seeds. Scattering of seeds away from the parent plant is called dispersal. Scattering, that means to move away from the parent plant. The scattering of seeds away from the parent plant is called dispersal. There are many ways for the dispersion of seed. Dispersion of a seed. There are many ways are there. Among them, we will discuss a few about it. One is seeds are dispersed by the wind. By wind. So, dispersal of seed by wind. By wind. Some of the seeds which are light in weight, and they have the hair-like structures. Lightweight, very light in weight. And the hair-like structures they have on the body, hair-like structures, which can flow along with the air. Do you understand that? So, some of the plants are seeds, seeds which are light in weight and hair-like structures, they can go along with the flowing wind, moving wind. Example is cotton. And caltropis. So caltropis means gilded. In our surroundings, it is very favorable to us. Gilded. And dispersal of by water. I already told you that some of the plants like palms and coconuts are appearing near the seashores. Where does they come from? So, the seeds of the plants like coconut. Okay, na? Coconut plants, the seed of the coconut will move on the water. That means it can be carried by the water. It can float on the water because of its fibrous structure with empty spaces. So, the coconut, because of its fibrous structure, very light in weight, it can float on the water. Third one is by wind, waters, and scattered away from the plant body by the bursting, by burst. By burst. Some of the seeds or fruits of the plants can burst open and they scatter the seeds away from the parent plant. For example, beans, peas, poppy, etc. So these are the examples. So the beans or peas, these seeds, when it gets the sufficient light, that means during the favorable conditions, the seed pod will burst. Seed pod. This is seed pod. The pod will burst and all the seeds in the pod will be distributed surrounding places, or they are dispersed away from the parent plant. So these are some of the methods, and some of the seeds can dispersed by the animals. Okay, so the animals. So the seeds which have the hooks or spikes, mullalanti nirmanalu. Hooks or spikes, they can sting to the body of the animal or to the humans, and they disperse from one place to another place. As a human beings, we are also act as a dispersed ones. Humans are also eating different types of fruits, and they also disperse the seeds from one place to another place. Because of that, we are also involving in the dispersion of seeds. Up to now we have discussed that germination, what is reproduction, germination, what are the stages of the germination, and dispersion of a seed. Okay, all the process. So this is enough for today. In the next class we will see later.